Hey y'all, welcome back. Well, today's video is going to be a little bit different. Might be on a touchy subject for some people. So I'm going to get straight to the point. All right. There's a lot of people in the industry that want to bash one another. And it sucks because it's kind of like we are our own worst enemy. So this video is not to make anybody feel sorry, or I'm not justifying the reason I'm going to be doing what I'm doing. But I am going to say this. This video does have to do with a crossbow, and there's a lot of hate towards them, which doesn't make much sense to me, because if it's legal in your state and it'll fit you better in a tree stand, a confined space, or in a shooting house or homemade shooting house where you can't shoot your bow and you've got an opportunity to take a deer, and it's super ethical with a crossbow, why would you not do it? Now, I understand pride comes into it, and I have fell into a lot of things in this hunting industry myself. One being, I said I'd never hunt with a crossbow. Well, I'm eating crow now. Another is I was always going to wait for 150 and 160 bucks and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and all that stuff. Well, it has become a standard in this industry that is just ridiculous. So the advice that I would give to anybody, if there's something that you want to shoot, if you talk about calibers where it's a 30-06 300 Win Mag or 6.5 or a 223, that's totally up to you. If it's a centerfire cartridge and it's a legal weapon to use, you should have the right to use it, and you shouldn't be embarrassed to use it. Going to the archery side of it, you got a lot of compound guys that beat up crossbows because they say they have scopes and they're more like a gun and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Totally understand your point, but it's still, everybody has the right to use a crossbow. Same way with your longbow guys want to beat up on your crossbow guys. Well, you got cams, you got this, you got that. We can go all the way back to the recurves. I mean, if you want to get pride in traditional, then sticking string only with no cams and go for it, hunt from just the ground, want to hunt public, want to hunt private. Look, we're all in this thing together, and the worst thing we need to do is be enemies of one another. So I'm going to start off with all that being said. I love compound hunting. I love my HOYT. I've shot some Bowtechs. I really like them. I've shot some Matthews. I've shot some Elites. I've shot a lot of bows. I've had a HOYT for the last 20 years. Love HOYT. I've got a Redworks RX1. It's a great bow. Killed several deer with it. But with my amputation, my steadiness with my bow is a little more aggravating. I still want to try to torque. I know that don't sound, that I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm just saying that's one of the things that bothers me. And as far as bow hunting is not the physical part as much as it is the mental part. The mental part will drive you crazy. If you let something get in your head, you will not make a good shot. But I'm not saying this is in my head. I'm just saying this. I've tried to beat the torquing problem, and I've tried to beat a lot with it. Now, I'm still going to hunt my compound from time to time. But the other thing that's really been fighting me is my rotator cuff is torn on the back. It's either have surgery to try to correct it now, be out of hunting season, or maybe try to get it corrected in the next few years. I can live with it, I'm good. It's just when I pull back or rotate my arm all the way up high or lock it in place for the shot to pull my shoulders together, it hurts really, really bad, and I'm afraid I'm gonna tire it up worse than what I am. Yes, for the ones that's gonna comment, I could back the poundage down, but I'm still going back to that same spot, still squeezing them shoulders together to pull off that perfect shot. It is what it is. And the third thing is, I have tried and tried with these glasses. I've got a lens in my HHA. It's helped me tremendously, but it has caused me to flutter around a little bit. I'm not sure what the combination is. So I've done a lot of research, and I've looked really, really hard. And what I've come up with for the price and the most bang for my buck, and I just put it together, is the Killer Instinct Fatal X. This bow shoots 405 feet per second, and when it's all the way together, when it's cocked, it's 6.25 inches, 6.25 inches axle to axle. Anybody that's hunted the crossbow knows that that is very important, from swinging around to try to shoot around limbs and stuff. That's where a compound bow really helps, is this vertical up and down, able to shoot where a crossbow is horizontal or vice versa, and you've got the issues with that. There was a lot of things went into picking this bow. One of them was All of the reviews were excellent on these. They have a lifetime warranty. They have the X-Can system. It also comes with the RDC hand cranker if you want to do that, or it comes with a pull. So this bow season during Pine Life Season 5, you will probably be seeing me, as you already see me with my compound on the velvet hunt. You'll probably see me in my HOYT from time to time, but you'll probably see me more with this Fatal X crossbow than you will anything else. I will probably be taking this to Missouri. I've been informed that where I'm going to be hunting has a lot of shooting houses, and there's more opportunities open to that. They're man-made or homemade shooting houses, so you can shoot out of them like you would a type rifle. Plus, another thing I like about the crossbow is where I'm having a hard time holding steady with my hand, this is more like a gun, and I can balance it and hold it better. So please hold the hate comments, and you can drop your comment whatever you want to, because it ain't gonna change my mind. And I just want to make this video because there's going to be some people questioning it probably, or be wondering it in the videos. So that's why, and like I said, I think it's your God-given right. If it is a legal, straight up weapon for you to use and a season for you to use in, I think you should take advantage of it in every way if you can afford to. Hunt with what you can afford, hunt with what you're good at, and get out and enjoy the outdoors and quit arguing with everybody. But anyway, I'm going to spin around here. We're going to sight this thing in. I'm going to give you a better look at it and let you see some of the reasons why I picked this crossbow. There's several things about this crossbow I absolutely love. So I'm going to start with the main reason I bought it is because those limbs are 9 3/4 inches wide right now. That's at resting height, and which I can see we'll have to adjust that snubber a little bit. But anyway, I'm gonna have to finish adjusting in, but that is exactly why I bought it. It goes down to 6 1/4 inches when cocked. The other reason I bought it, it's aluminum frame. It also has an AR style back shoulder piece so that you can move it back and forth. It has a cocking system if something was to happen. Has your standard picatinny rail, which is really nice. This thing is not flimsy, it's aluminum. It's made into the aluminum frame, super nice. It has the finger guards with the adjustable front forearm, pistol grip style, so it feels more like a AR actually. The scope is 0 to 60, and it is a Luminex scope. It's a 4x32. It lights up blue and red with 5 different settings on each. This is really a killer crossbow. I mean, it lives up to its name, Killer Instinct, which I hope it lives up to its name, because I'm planning on using it opening weekend. But it's got camo Fatal X on the front, got some camo limbs. It's got the X-Cam, patent X-Cam from them. It's got the bow jacks already comes with it. Nice foot stirrup. This is a really, really good crossbow. Instruction says to sight it in at 10 yards and then step back to 20 and finish dialing it in. So I went through and tightened all the bolts. This was a display model, so that's why I did not get to do the assembly on it. It was a display model, and they only had 2 left, and they only had this one with the original box and warranty papers, so I took this one. So we're gonna, I didn't get to do a complete unboxing, but this is exactly what I wanted, and I believe it'll work just fine. So I'll be adjusting these 2 in towards the string a little bit. I've got all my wrenches out here. Got to lube the rail down really good. Says do it every 20 shots. This bow did come with the cocking device, which I probably won't be using it, or it come with the handle for the RDC crank. I might not be using that much, but it does have a string cocker that'll help cock it, and we'll do some shooting here in a second. And get this, it come with blind caps, 3 arrows, and I really love the quiver setup. The quiver actually mounts right here. The quiver actually runs with the bow. I love that, and it's got a lot, quick detach. So if you're shooting, you've got all your arrows in it, you can still leave the quiver on, where a lot of your other crossbows go straight across. So this was another huge thing for me when researching them. I really like that it was quick detach, and I really like the way that it's run. So it's this is exactly what I wanted. So I'll get this here adjusted and we'll get to shooting. So here's your manual cocker. You want to pull this back, drop it down over the scope, put it in the ridge in the back, go all the way down and snap it in place on both sides of the rail and get your T-handles. I mean, this thing cocks really easy. Super easy. As you can see, those cams are only, from axle to axle, is only 6 1/4 inches. That thing is very lightweight, very slim line. Okay, now I'm going to show you with the RDC, the crank trigger. You just push up on this back piece and pull these out. That one. There's that one. You let off your release. Right-handed or left-handed, it snaps into place. You get them lined up, foot in the stirrup, start cranking. Go till you hear it click, let off, push down, push your thumb rest in and make sure that your cable stays where it's supposed to. Pull these loose and crank them back up tight. Put them on their rest and that's it. Take your handle back off. Cocked and ready to go. So you want to start off, first thing you want to do, it comes with lube for the rail, barrel lube. So you're going to want to run it from the stops all the way back to the safety best you can. Work it in with your finger. The tube will not let you get underneath the scope, so you're going to get some off on your finger and run it down. But you want to do that every 20 shots. So they recommend that you shoot at 10 yards and then move back to 20. So to save you all the trouble, I pulled my scope caps off and I've shot at 10 yards. I'm shooting slightly to the right and high. So I'm going to adjust for it, but I want to show you how quiet and this 3-pound trigger pull works. It's just unreal. Really quiet crossbow for a crossbow. Okay, I've made minor adjustments. I did go get me, I want it to be sighted in dead on. So I did go get my little sled type deal. I'm not gonna let it touch in the back, I think. No. Safety off. And I just blew plumb through the building. Number 2 arrow, it went through a soft spot in the bag, hit the building, went through the siding, through the inside, and stuck in the other side of the building. This thing's got more power than I ever realized, but I've got my number 1 is set up right now, and I'm gonna shoot at 30 yards so that you can see where about I'm hitting. Now I've went to the Glendale buck, the rear end of the target, and marked me a black circle on it so that I can shoot at it instead of shooting into that soft cube. So I'll go ahead and turn the camera around and we'll see what, I'll show you what it's doing right here. I'll show you what I got marked on. Okay, now y'all can see where I've drawed on there with the Sharpie, and I'm gonna shoot from 30. I've got it zoomed all the way in, and you'll be able to see where I'm hitting with this thing and hear this bow. So it's shooting just a little bit high, but still I can adjust it down from there. All right, let's try that again. I adjusted 6 clicks down. I think I shot through it again. Oh man. I ain't gonna have no practice arrows left. This thing is got some power. Try that one more time. Same arrow, same spot. The fletchings are starting to get beat up on it bad. All right, here we go. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. Dead bullseye. Now that's shooting out of a vise too, but that's, you can't beat that. That's it right there. Well, I'm thoroughly impressed with it. Like I said, I highly recommend you have a new bag if you get one of these, and it be ready for crossbows over 415 feet per second. This one is blistering fast, crazy fast. And I shot it into old target and learned my lesson. So I'd highly recommend mark your arrows 1 through 3 when you get them, or go ahead and buy 6 extra for your hunting season, and make sure all the same grain. But I will say, out of all the crossbows I've ever shot, this thing is blistering fast. It's quiet, easy to cock. The scope is awesome. It's even got the reticle in it, and you can turn it up and down for the blue and red. I'd say I'll be doing some killing out of shooting houses and stuff with this one. So this is Pine Life, the Fatal X by Killer Instinct review, and a little bit of insight on the way I see things at first this video. So if you like what we're doing, please subscribe and like, and as always, God bless. We'll see you on the next video. Drop a comment below what you're shooting. See ya.